Hey everyone, this is the career engineer. I know I'm a little early. I have a few moments before 7:30 when we do our broadcast, but I always like to do a little systems check and just do a little general hello and how are you. For those of you who are watching live, we appreciate it. We have shared this on all of our social media, but and I only did reminders maybe an hour ago, so didn't do anything since then. But hey, while you're watching us, I'll just put some preliminaries out there as we get ready to go live at 7:30, which it's live now. Follow us on Twitter. So here's the thing we're doing. Of course, our Twitter is Career Engineer. We definitely want you to be a part of that. You can see my Twitter feed right in my lower third right there. You can also see something new that we're doing this month. Our phone number is right there. In fact, if you have a question about tonight's broadcast, you want me to answer your question live here on the air, or you have a comment, I can definitely, keeping this, low tech and high tech right here. Okay, I can actually see this. I have something configured so it will go right here tonight for this broadcast, so I can answer any direct questions that you may have. I will be checking my Twitter feeds, so make sure you tag me, Career Engineer. Hashtag tonight TCE Now. Okay, hashtag TCE Now is great if you're on Twitter or Facebook. And again, our topic tonight, so I was thinking about, once a month we're here together talking just for a few moments together, about 30 minutes, talking about brand management, talking about jacked or mastered. It was about maybe a year or two ago, and it was the funniest thing because a fellow, I had said to someone about their LinkedIn, I love LinkedIn, and I think that's not a secret. I've talked about how much I love LinkedIn. I was scratching my nose, guys, and just letting you know, okay. And a very distinguished man, we were talking about LinkedIn profiles, and I was at this very distinguished kind of place of distinguished people. And as I was talking about what makes a not so productive or less than showcasing or wow factor LinkedIn, and I just was going to use all these wonderful, beautiful words, but all I could say was, um, this is jacked. Someone's profile was jacked. That's all I can say is someone's profile was jacked. I mean, and you know what? I got a whole round of applause from where I was. There's someone asked specifically, what do you mean by jacked? What does that mean by jacked or mastered? And it really, it brought some humor into the conversation. But truth be told, I thought to myself, you know what? I mean, with all these wonderful words and in distinguished circles and how we want to say things all up here, let's just get it real. Is your brand jacked or mastered? And do you know the difference? And do you know the difference? So that's the focus of what I want to talk about tonight. About from my point of view, okay, from me being the career engineer and the clients we've worked with, whether we're talking about the entrepreneur or whether we're talking about the career seeker, I want to really bring that out to the fold so we can talk about, are you jacked or mastered? So that's why I did this. So I have some notes I definitely want to hit, so we can share that. And I want to thank, folks who are, if you're commenting, if you're watching us, we appreciate it. Make sure, again, Career Engineer on Twitter, you can tag me, ask your questions as we get into it, or call me, text me, really, like text me. I will get the text, really I will. 757, I'll get the text tonight. Let me clarify that, 757 745 4TCE or 4823 is actually the number, 4823. Looking forward to your engagement. And I want to also, before I start, just before I get into things, you'll see my eyes are going down because I am checking some Twitter. I do want to give some kudos and some shout outs to some folks who are, who have supported me with some of these things. So I want to try to look at the folks who I'm talking about. I want to give them some shout outs here. I want to thank Sherry McGuire on Twitter for her support and her retweets of things. Real HU love. I'm a Spartan, okay? I'm a Norfolk State Spartan. I'm going to say push up. Thank you, Real HU love, for your support and sharing tonight's broadcast. Want to thank Andrew Baker for his retweeting of the career engineer. I really love you doing that. I appreciate it. And Donna is live. You want to thank her. Call her Donna as her tweet name, for asking me when is your next event, and she'll catch the one to broadcast. So I want to just give that out for folks who are tweeting and retweeting, and I really appreciate you doing all that. I want to thank the family. I want to thank my husband Tony. I think he's up here doing a few things. I appreciate it. He's on an iPhone though, so I'm just saying he's using an iPhone. So let me do that. So again, if you have questions or comments, hit me up Twitter. I want to get it with you. So listen, remember in the older days, we would say, be the jack of all trades, That was more of a fluent way to do things, be the jack of all trades. And so we can have a generalist knowledge with everything you do. So I'm speaking dually to that employee who is a career entrepreneur. I'm also speaking to that's the W-2 person, right? You want to work for someone or someone else, fine. I'm also speaking to the entrepreneur who's a 1099, or you want to get your own gig and work your own thing, fine. I'm talking to both of you. Okay, we've always used to say it's great to be a generalist and to be the jack of all trades. But then what happens on the flip side is that is you do become the jack of all trades, but then you're the master of none. The master of none. And when we think about it, as we're dealing with this hyper-competitive world of folks doing everything quick, fast, and in a hurry, having 10 or 15 places they want to put their brand, where we're talking resume brand, or we're talking your competency statements, or your brochures, whatever markets you. The sum total of the things that represent and market you, where you're putting your brand out there. A lot of us are doing that jack thing because we think we need to be everywhere and anywhere. And I know some of this might sound familiar, but let me just keep it real, because right now we have fake relationships, we have hyper competition in the world today. So we want to make sure that what we're putting out there, and I just let it, if it applies, let it fly. If it apply, take care of it. But what you're putting out there in the marketplace needs to be authentic. It needs to be real. It needs to be mastered. Let's stop this jumping jackrabbit thing and just putting it everything and everywhere. And someone told you, someone said to use certain kind of words that really don't have a meaning for you or can't really express your essence, but let's just use certain kind of words and put certain kind of buzzes to go everywhere. Let's drop 400 applications anywhere. Let's just put our stuff out on the street anywhere so we can be this extreme generalist. What I'm seeing in the marketplace, and maybe I've seen it even stronger in the last 2 or 3 years, is I think it's better for our clients. I know it's been better for me, so I'll use myself as a guinea pig as I talk here about being mastered. To throttle back, and yeah, write this down, I said this, to throttle back a bit on some of this quick, fast, in a hurry, on some of this mass production, on some of this just trying to get everything, and anxiousness. Again, there's that anxiety. I can smell anxiety now. I mean, I don't even have to. I can just I'm doing everything. Let me run my wheels. Because here's the thing that we get caught up with. Activity and accomplishments are not the same thing. We have to be able, as we're trying to define or spot or recognize if our brand is jacked or if our brand is mastered. Are we spending more time on accomplishment-driven engagements, or are we just busy? Are we just busy? I think of that. I think every time I think of that, I think of that little. I might be saying my age, but that bunny rabbit, that bunny rabbit, little energizer, busy running around. He is so busy. And you might think that because you're always moving, that you're doing something. But what you're being is jacked. Okay? What you're being is jacked. Let's try to focus all of our energy in the career-seeking world as well as in the business-getting world on accomplishment-driven activity. That includes that whatever you put out in the space, whatever you put out on paper, whatever you put out in the digital world has got to be accomplishment-driven. The language, the way it looks, the content, where you go has to be accomplishment-driven, because you're going to a targeted place, not everywhere, but a targeted place with a mission and a purpose. Like, why you're having that meeting. Why you're going there. What you're prepared to say. Who you want to meet. That's the master approach to career and business growth. You got to be a master. Stop being jacked. Now, I've got some notes here I want to make sure I get to, because it's really important. It's very important. Jack versus master is nothing more than a 21st century distraction, and that confuses you. Okay, when we talk about activity and accomplishments, the same thing. They're not the busy without real plan or real purpose mindset is something that jacks keep doing. And when you do that, when you're busy with no planning and no mindset, what that does is give you zero results, zero passion, and zero positioning. There's nothing worse than being busy, running around all day, making all kinds of calls, sending out all kinds of resumes, right? Monster, Career Builder, and every place else. Or hitting up every single business meeting, hitting up every single business event, and all that energy and all that muscle and all that gas produces zero passion, zero positioning, and zero product. Doesn't that get you frustrated? It would frustrate the ham sandwich out of me, okay? So we have to throttle back. So news alert for real customers, W-2 and 1099 funders, are the people are looking for your main thing. People are looking for your main thing. The question I have for you, do you know your main thing, or are you jacked? Are you running around because someone told you to do this, or has sold you on this product, or sold you on this service? I mean, do you know your main thing? At the end of the day, when you're sitting right where you are with you and yourself, woman in the mirror, man in the mirror, what is your main thing? When you close your eyes and dream out loud and in color, when you do that, do you see your main thing? And whatever your main thing is, keep it the main thing. Now, there's all kinds of ways to do your main thing. The master has his main thing, but you still need to have that main thing, and there may be all kinds of ways to do it. So the main thing is what we call your product that produces results, revenue, and we call that, again, relationships. You know how I love my relationships. Now, the main thing. let me talk about the main thing just for a quick moment. And again, if you have a question or comment, love to hear from you while we're live here on the air. You can tweet to me, Career Engineer. My Twitter handle is down there. If you're on Facebook, our Facebook page is Don't Get Anxious. You can definitely hit me up there. We'll try to look down and see what we have here and respond. Low-tech opportunities, there is a low-tech way, and that's 757, which is texting to here tonight. Love my blue. You guys know this is my color, right? 757-745-4TCE or 757-745-4823. That's how you can text your question to me. In fact, my phone was vibrating. What does that mean, vibrating? So I want to just make sure we've got some things going on. The main thing, let me get back. Let me share, and I'll use me as a test case because I don't want people ever thinking I'm thinking or talking about them. We meet hundreds of folks, and we really love the folks who reach out to us and ask us questions, and our clients. So I'll use me. Some folks have said to me, where are you from? Francina, the career engineer. You do so much. You are just doing. I had to catch my breath. You are just doing so much. How do you do this? And you're always busy. I get that a lot. I'm always busy, and I'm not saying I don't work hard, because I do work hard and I work smart. But really, I only do 3 things, and I really only do 3 things. My main thing. I have a mission. I have a message, and my message to get the message of career intelligence, business intelligence, don't get anxious, to the masses. That's my core. That's my main thing. Now, I might do it in several different ways, but get the message to the masses is my main thing. And what's my message? Don't get anxious, get prepared. What's my message? Where we build relationships. What's my message? How to make Monday mornings awesome. Those are my messages. Those are my main thing. So when you ask me to be a part of some customer service big shot, Anthony Robbins is doing something. I'm not saying anything against him. I'm using that as an example. We may have a fabulous, wonderful product that's something related with real estate or customer service. That's not my main thing. That's not my main thing. And if I have a jacked mentality in my brand, I'll get distracted. I'll get distracted and I'll get busy, but I won't be making accomplishments. So you got to know your main things. And even though you all see my main thing in digital space, you might get emails from me. You're seeing me here on YouTube. You see my thing on Facebook. We do some stuff offline. You guys know I love football. I love networking. I love all kinds of things. I love TV and film. I love radio. But really, what's my main thing? Getting the message out to the masses to don't get anxious, get prepared in your career or business space, which also means a better and more effective life. That's the only thing that the career engineer does. So when you throttle back and think about your life, your career, your business, what is your main thing? Because if you know your main thing and you master it, that will keep your brand from being jacked. Here are some results of a jacked up brand. Number 1, you're putting everything out there to everyone. You're getting zippity-doo-dah results, or the results you're getting are so not in the market you want. You do not want. They're reaching out to you because they know you're not aware of your value. But just not really what you want. It's an opportunity. Okay, it's an opportunity, but it's not what you want. So you have to look at that. Look at the results that you're getting. Look at the fruit. Okay, from the seeds you're planting out there. Are you planting busy seeds, or are you planting mastered, accomplishment driven? I know my purpose. I know how to use my relationships. I know how to get this thing done seeds. So when you're having the conversations with the people you want, whether you're reaching out to them online, whether you're reaching out to them offline, whether it's a little of both, these are the people, places, data, and things you want. These are the folks you want to have the conversations with. You're getting in front of the access and the opportunity of the people you want to have conversations with that maybe can lead to capital, maybe social capital, maybe some human capital opportunities. You have to make sure you're working your main thing, that you know your main thing, and you don't get distracted by the jacks in your life. Are you jacked or are you mastered? Do you know the difference? Very important, okay? Very important. So here we go. Now let me share this. You know, I'm because I like to make sure we have some good notes for you. I want to give you a couple. There's some people who I love who are out here in cyberspace. I'm going to throw some names to you. I want you to reach out to them, let them know TCE sent you. People who I love their brands. I'm looking at their brands. Their brands are so strong. You guys know I just adore and just love Miss Nikki Woods. She is amazing. You can check her out on Twitter, Nikki Woods. I mean, Google her name, Nikki Woods, and you'll see everything. But what a powerful brand she has, and her brand is so consistent. And she puts out some extreme mastered content, in her space. Global visibility, social media. I mean, she's, it's just amazing how and it's always, I know when I read something from her, I can feel that it's her, I can feel her brand, and that's powerful. So a couple of people I love. I mean, Richard Branson, some powerful branding. It's mastered. Here's some masters. Cory Booker. Hey, he has a mastered brand. He's not jacked. He's not running all over the place. And because his brand is mastered, it's getting him in the circles. Hey, come on, upward mobility, where he needs to go. And it can happen to the rest of us. Once we have mastered our brand and know who we are, what we bring, the market that we need to go after, know our target, and then have the confidence and the competence to not be afraid to go for it. I mean, to not be afraid to go for it. I mean, that's so important. Y'all know I know my Russell Wilson. I had to have a football player in here, but Russell Wilson, quarterback, Seahawks, great brand. And if you look at his Twitter account, if you check out his Twitter account, I mean, it's consistent. You can just see the things that are important to him and the things he put up there. Of course, our First Lady, Miss Obama, and Randy Zuckerberg. You're going to wonder, who's Randy Zuckerberg? I'll let you figure out who Randy Zuckerberg is. But, it's just different people, different walks of life. If I can pop on their brand today and get the message, get the purpose, it's mastered. I can go away for 3 weeks, hop on their brand again, and it's consistent. The message is consistent. The messages are the same. I know who they are and what they bring, and that's what's powerful. So if us, John and Jane America in the world, can stop jumping on the jack phenomenon, I mean, quick, fast, in a hurry, we can do some things different. So let me give you a couple of things that I want you to think about. And if you have, you can, of course, this will be available on demand. You can write these things down now if you'd like, or you can check out this broadcast in a little bit because it will be available on demand. Let me just read this to you really quick. A main thing must showcase class and precision while embedding within your brand genuineness, authenticity, originality, integrity, performance, talent, skill, all right? Performance, talent, skill, and human-to-human technology. That's a main thing, mastered approach to career and business building. I'm going to say those again because they're very important. Your brand, your main thing must be embedded, just like using these words with Google, right? YouTube, embedded. I mean, it's in there. It must be embedded with genuineness. It's got to be you. Stop copying everybody else. Let's put the copycatter to sleep. Your brand, your mastered brand should be genuine, authentic, original, have integrity. That's a word we don't hear a lot right now in the 21st century marketplace. You've got to have performance. You cannot lie about that. You've got to have performance, talent, skills, and you need to understand the power of human-to-human technology. Human-to-human technology. That's the ability to break bread and build relationships. That's the ability to be cool across the table from someone else. That's the ability, we can do this. We can text, we can do UR and hashtag and all of that. But when you have to talk to another human being who could be a boomer, who could be somewhere in the middle, or someone born in 1992, all righty, do you know how to communicate? That skill will never, ever go away. The quick, fast, and the hurry approach that we see all day long with the clicks and the press, the uploads and cute commercials and all this quick stuff. You've got to, I mean, watch it, but don't take it as gospel. I'm going to tell you, and this is going to shock the world, as much as I love the internet, and I love it, you guys know that, I totally enjoy a cyber reality. I mean, hey, plug me in. I am the real Matrix. I have no problem crawling into this computer and staying here all day. But I do know how to be bicultural, meaning that I know how to act and be plugged in an unplugged world. With that being said, I think the trend is right now with all of us making our career and business transitions is when you do post or you do click or you are Twittering or you are doing your LinkedIn posts or you're doing whatever you're doing, you still have to use good old-fashioned common sense interpersonal skills. And I'm recognizing more now than ever that a lot of us don't know anything about that. I'm recognizing that now. I see it with career seekers reaching out to employers. I see it with employers reaching out to career seekers. I see it with people in the workforce, just with day-to-day activities of your job, talking with your direct reports, talking with laypersons, talking with team members. We see it with politics, don't we? We see it on Twitter and Inside Edition, right, when someone does something ridiculous because they did not know the art of communication or they were not aware of how to approach folks, particularly with difficult situations or difficult, conversations. How do we handle those things? I got to tell you that right now I'm at a place where, and even though you all see me doing lots of things, you think you see me doing a lot of things, what you have to recognize is there is a throttle back move here. To be a master, sometimes you've got to throttle back. And what I want you to throttle back from is, first of all, I want you to breathe. I want you to exhale, particularly when you're in an anxious or demanding situation or stress-producing situation. All my career seekers are looking for a job by Monday. I feel you. I want it for you. But the reality is that may happen or it may not happen. So you got to have a plan B. You got to have a plan C. But you have to throttle back and think. Okay? You got to breathe, exhale, and think. You have to believe in yourself to be a master. I mean, fake it till you make it don't work for masters. That works for jacks. I mean, for real, it works for jacks. Be the master of your brand. Make sure your brand is selling you. So here's a couple of things I want you to a couple of thought patterns that I think really, it helps me to be me, whatever that means. So I'm hoping it'll help you. Check it out. So a couple things, push-ups that work for me to make sure I remain mastered. And this is a plan. You've got to master all the time. Okay, you've got to massage your mastery of your brand. No one can do you like you. Don't copy others. Stop trying to be busy and quick and fast in a hurry. Okay, leave the jack alone. Being that huge generalist is not the most effective or efficient way to get hired or to get noticed. But here's a couple of TCE thoughts I think will work for you. You know, my Bible verse for me. I mean, this is my TCE Bible, okay? Decide who you are before deciding what you do. I cannot tell you how important that is to be mastered of your brand. Career seeker or entrepreneur, decide who you are before deciding what you're going to do. If you ain't feeling it, if there's no passion, I mean, there's got to be something else besides money, fame, and visibility that's turning you on. So decide who you are before deciding what you do. You cannot sell what you don't know. Okay, you can't sell what you don't know. If you are the product, you've got to know it. You can't sell what you don't know. And most of the times, I can tell when someone's jacked, when they're reading a template, or they're reading me a script. I cannot stand scripts. So please don't come to me with a script. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Just be real, be authentic. It means a lot for me, for you to get past the door, to get with me, to get some cash out of me. Believe nothing that's said. Oh, this is so important, folks. Believe nothing that's said, but believe everything that's done. That is a trademark of a mastered person. I mean, in this jacked world, because everybody's running around with their heads cut off, trying to get that crumb, trying to get that nut, okay? But you can't base anything. You cannot base your career pursuits, you can't base your career dreams on what is said to you. You've got to base things on what's been done. I mean, the truth of the matter is that there's so many players out here. There's so many fakers. There's so many relationship busters and dream killers who hug you, who kiss you on the cheek, and they're just trying to knock your dream out your head. So believe nothing that's said, but believe everything that's done, and base your decisions, mastered candidates, master branders, base your decisions in your career and your business on the data, what's been done. Very important. Sell your message. A mastered brand person sells their message, not their product. The jack person is just trying to sell you product all day long. All they're trying to do is push it on you, push it on you. And you can tell because you feel pressed, don't you? When I get pushed like that, I feel pressed. So you, as the master, know your message. What's my message? Don't get anxious, get prepared. That is my message. You want to make sure that folks understand the vision. Mastered people have a vision, they have a plan, okay? Know your competitive edge and deliver more than promise. Career seekers and changers, that entrepreneur, whether you're just starting your brick and mortar or you're doing your $5-10 million a year, know your competitive advantage and deliver more than promise. The master does that. And you don't have to say you're going to do more than promise, just do it. Let your work product speak for you. Just do it. When you get ready to deliver, make your deliverables, you give more than what's expected. If you're always just trying to do what's required on that little piece of paper, you're going to be jacked in your career or your business for a very, very long time. Lastly, relationships. You guys know capital REAL. Relationships build revenue. They really do. These 7 things have really worked for me. I'm going to have a blog post about this. We'll definitely have it on our blog, TCE now/TCE blog, about being jacked or mastered. But those principles have really helped me to make sure I'm being the best TCE or Francina Harrison possible. And I have great days and I have days that aren't so great. But at the end of the day, my brand is mastered. I love going somewhere out of the area. I mean, whether I'm in my home state or I'm traveling somewhere and someone will see something, and even if it wasn't my brand, I've had people say, "Hey man, I saw something that looked like it was your thing," which meant someone copied something from me, okay, which is the biggest form of flattery, I suppose. But yet it was recognized that it was my brand because I mastered that. Okay, the way we carry ourselves, the way we act, we've mastered that. So that's what's important. So is your brand jacked or mastered? I gave you some ideas, I gave you some terminologies, I gave you some examples. I want you to walk away with recognizing if you're doing everything quick, fast, in a hurry, you're getting 0 results from your efforts, you're getting 0 positioning, okay, and there is no passion in what you're doing, I can almost guarantee you're jacked. There's something you're doing is off. Quick, fast, in a hurry doesn't work, but building relationships does. Being accomplishment focused works. Being activity focused does not. So just make sure you know the difference, because we want to make sure your brand is not jacked, but you are a master. So listen, I want to make sure, again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. We will have this available on demand. Again, I want to thank those folks who have retweeted and who are supporting us. In our YouTube comment, I want to thank Tony. He put your master brand should be embedded in what you do, and that's if you walk away with anything of that, just the master of you needs to be a part of your fabric. It has to be that powerful. Again, this broadcast will be available on demand. We definitely want you, if you missed the live viewing, we definitely want you to catch the on demand on your time, on your dime, 24/7. It will really be great. We will be here again next month. We do this once a month on a Thursday evening. You might even change our time a little bit, but I had a meeting this morning on a Thursday evening, usually the 4th or the last Thursday of the month at a time between 7:30 in the evening. You'll get notified of it. For you not to miss a single broadcast, just go ahead and become a subscriber of our channel here. That way you know when we're doing things and we're uploading things. If we're going to have a live broadcast out in town, at one of our partnered events, or we're going to come to you right here in the quiet space of your mobile device or the quiet space of your computer or your laptop. Okay, I am the career engineer. Okay, make sure you follow us. And another thing I would like for you to do, go ahead, and check out our network, mytcenow.com, mytcenow.com. We have memberships that are great for you to get. If you're still jacked, you're not sure how to change the game, be a TCE member. We will teach you how. We are on the business of making sure we are the masters of our destiny. Okay, so remember, don't get anxious, get prepared. You can reach out to me right there on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter, Career Engineer. Like us on Facebook. Don't get anxious. Our Facebook feed actually is great. We share some really great jobs across the country, and we also share blogging and some intelligent stuff. I share my pieces, but I am not afraid, because I know my brand is mastered. I am not afraid or upset to share with you other points of view on career stuff, because doesn't that make an intelligent decision when you have other points of view? So definitely come by our page, Don't Get Anxious, on Facebook to like us. And of course, visit our website often, tcenow.com, tcenow.com. It's all about making sure we are not anxious, but ready to roll on Monday mornings. I want to thank you guys for so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your efforts. Thank you for your tweets. I just don't know how else to say thank you. And before we totally go off the air, I do want to share one thing. If I can find it, I want to get it. I want to thank, hey, I want to give this guy, if I want to give a couple of tweets and say little things. Thank you, Miss Phenom. I know is your career brand, Jacked Mastered. Thank you for sharing that on Twitter. I want to thank Larry Hockman for being an incredible TCE Twitter. I mean, this guy is amazing. And where he is, it's already Friday. So I want to thank him so much for all his support and his help. And for all of you who have followed us recently on Twitter, because I see the follows, I appreciate it. I want you to know this. As a mastered brand, I will check out your Twitter feeds and we will follow back as long as we see any Twitter energy, some synergy and energy, and tweeting. And that's how we roll. So I thank you guys so much for everything. Remember, don't get anxious. Get prepared. This will be available on demand for you to share with others. And we will see you here live 4 weeks from today in the month of August. Can you believe that? In the month of August. So don't get anxious. Get prepared. I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.